Everybody.
Hey, we're about to do our first long trip on the Tesla, and we're kind of nervous, excited.
I hope it goes well because we have to do this trip monthly. It's 6 hours. We've charged to 90%. We normally leave at 80%, but Tesla says it's okay to charge at 90. So we're charging 90. And I guess now we'll introduce you to the puppies.
Yeah. Yay, Papa Rose!
All right, I have anchored this leash compartment so I can keep these the Bostons out of my lap.
We are pulling into the charging station in Nutter, Georgia. This is the first time we've ever been to a charging station. Isn't that wild?
It is. It's cool.
Yeah.
They're kind of hard to spot, or at least this one was.
Yeah, this one wasn't very easy to find, but we did it.
Blue light.
It's going to take us 25 minutes to charge to 90%.
Yeah. Trickier.
I am making
This is so awesome.
and orange to pan.
Watching while we wait.
Pans are
It cost us $8.21.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. It took about 20 minutes.
Uh-huh.
All right, on to the next one. So we have just left our second charging station in Cordell, Georgia, and it was like $12 and some cents.
We used to drive to Tacoma to make this trip, and for a truck it gets really good gas mileage. On the highway I think you got 24 or something like that, V6, but it's still got something decent for a mid-size truck. And it would cost $60 with today's gas prices, 60 plus.
I really also like stopping and stretching our legs, and it being a much more leisurely trip versus making this trip and not, only stopping to go if you really have to.
And I want to point out that with the Tesla chargers, man, it's so nice. It's actually just like charging at home.
We have another 2.5 hours to go.
All right, we're back in the road again. We're returning, but we wanted to fill everyone in on how it turned out. So the trip normally took us 6 hours. We took 7 this time. That was for charging. There was some extra time we spent at charging because I had some work-related stuff I had to do that caused us extra time. I think in all reality, the trip that normally takes us 6 hours in a gas vehicle, we could have made it in 6 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably could have shaved 15 more minutes off.
Yeah.
Plus some. I'm just being generous there. The reason is twofold. When you're going through a rural area like we did all the way through the center of Georgia, only about 2 of the 6 hours was on the interstate. There are enough charging stations. It's just, it has to put you on a different route. So that costs us a little bit extra time.
Yeah, a little bit, but we normally stop because we have dogs. So we normally stop anyway throughout and walk dogs and stretch our legs, go to the restroom. It didn't feel like it took us really that much longer. Maybe 15 minutes or so longer. What do you
Right,
think?
so each, I want to say fueling stop, each charging stop took 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And like Vanessa said, normally when we get gas or something, we at least take 20 minutes anyway because of walking the dogs.
Yeah.
15 minutes each time. It's really quick. The way you go about paying is so super easy because it just all happens in the background through your app automatically. When you pull up to the charger, it's really that simple. You just take it and start charging the vehicle. No, they're thinking about it. You don't have to open up the app. You don't have to talk to anyone. It's just that simple.
It was a great experience actually for our first road trip. I thought I was going to have some range anxiety, but we didn't have any. And going through rural Georgia, through a lot of small towns, we thought we may have an issue, but we didn't at all. It was great. And I mean, overall, I think it was a much more comfortable ride, at least from what we were coming from. We drove a Toyota Tacoma prior to this, and the ride is much more smooth, and the seats are so comfortable, and I don't know, it was great. I mean, we're going on another road trip, a camping trip actually, next week, and so I'm excited to see how going north of where we are instead of across the state, going through the state the opposite direction, to see how that goes. But I think it's gonna go just fine. I don't worry about it anymore.
And we do want to keep it real simple, the math. We're not the types that are going to put all this data in front of your screen, because to be honest, those people still are way over my head. The simple math is just that a trip that normally takes us 6 hours,
Yep.
We could have easily done it in 6 hours and 45 minutes. We did have to charge twice over 6 hours. We have a Model Y long range. We did not have any range anxiety. We stopped at each of our stops with over 20%. By the time we got to our final destination, we still had 30%. So no range anxiety, cost us extra 45 minutes. And that was going through rural areas.
And now we are on our way back, and it cost us there about $21, around about that much.
Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, I
And-
almost forgot. So the charging for the 2 stops, $21 collective. That's with both stops added together.
And I believe it'll be probably around the same amount going back, and we're going to film those stopping locations too, so you'll get to see our return trip.
So let me throw this little tidbit out, this little extra thing. We've almost gone 1,000 miles. I'm sure we've gone 1,000 miles now. So far in energy cost, it keeps track through our app. This includes supercharger, charging at home. So far we've spent $52 for 1,000 miles.
I think this is going to be a much more cost-efficient way for us to do our going. So
Me too.
pretty pleased so far, gotta say. You like riding in the Tesla? Yeah?
All right, so it shows that we're ready to continue our trip.
Pretty girls! Here's the rose!